Hendrick is fielding an Xfinity car with Cup drivers, but should they? Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? If I haven't earned your subscription, hopefully today is the day I will earn that subscription. All right, Bob Apocris reported that Hendrick is to field an Xfinity car for 3 road courses. Number 17, Kyle Larson at Road America, Alex Bowman at Indy Road Course, and William Byron at Watkins Glen. Kevin Mendering will crew chief. Hendrick Cars is to sponsor. And the car, of course, will be a Chevrolet Camaro, and it will have the same paint scheme as Kyle Larson's main paint scheme. It'll just have a 17 on it, similar to how they're doing the 7 in the Truck Series. But it brought up the more broad question of, should Cup teams field Xfinity cars with Cup Series drivers? All right, let's take a look at the no camp first and their argument. So their first argument in the no camp is it's unfair. You have a better driver in a top-level piece of equipment, and that makes for not fun racing because, well, usually those drivers always win. And they go on to say that if a Cup Series driver comes down, they should do it like how Tyler Reddick does it and drive for a lower tier team, like when Tyler Reddick went to that 48 big machine and won the race in sort of middle tier equipment. They think that if a Cup driver comes down, that is how the Cup driver should come down and do it, because it makes for more competitive racing. It sort of evens out the playing field. It's sort of like when Dale Jr. talked about his go-kart racing thing that he did back in the day. He would put the better drivers in the slower cars to sort of do a balance of performance. So that is their argument there. They want to balance the performance. They want a more interesting race. But now let's take a look at the yes category. In the yes camp, they say yes. They want them in these cars because it makes it more fun. It's more fun to see Cup Series drivers, and it's easier for a Cup Series driver to just come down and drive for the team he's already driving for, because it's more fun to watch these younger guys try to beat the Cup guys. And the other argument they have here is, well, these younger guys are in the same equipment. They're in the same top-level equipment, so it basically shows you where they're at. Take, for example, Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, Sam Mayer, whoever you want to run through the field and say, they are basically in the same type of equipment. And if you bring Chase Elliott or, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Alex Bowman down and put them in the same type of equipment, Kyle Busch obviously, put them in the same equipment, it lets you know where these other drivers are at. So if Noah Gragson can beat, these guys in the same equipment in the Xfinity Series, it shows you where he's at as a driver. So basically, for them, it is a litmus test of, yeah, this guy wins 5 or 6 races in the Xfinity Series, but what does he do in the Xfinity Series against other Cup Series drivers? That's more of a litmus test of how good that driver is going to be if they move up to Cup. So their argument is it lets you know where the guys in the Xfinity Series are talent-wise, because, like I said, they could win, 3 or 4 races, but if they can't compete against the Cup guys, at least in the yes camp's mind, are they really any good? The other argument they have is it doesn't really matter anymore because the Cup Series car is so much different than the Xfinity Series car that it really doesn't matter. They're not gaining any advantage for the Cup Series race, and they don't really have a huge advantage anymore because they're not used to driving these Xfinity Series cars like the regular Xfinity Series drivers are. Me personally, where I stand on it, I don't really care. Just to be totally honest with you, this is not an argument that I ever really got super drawn into. But I will say this: I like seeing Cup Series drivers in the Xfinity Series. It makes it more entertaining to me. Now, what kind of car they drive, I really don't care, because when a Cup Series driver comes down to Xfinity, basically, unless he's your favorite driver, you're pulling for those Xfinity Series guys to pull the upset, and beat them. Like back in the day, I remember it was Mark Martin. If you saw Mark Martin in that number 60 Winn-Dixie car, you knew that it was going to be hard to beat him. Same thing with Harry Gant in that number 7 Mannheim car. You know it was going to be hard to beat. Dale Earnhardt, when he would occasionally do it in his own car, the number 3 or number 8, he would come down. You knew he was going to be the man to beat that race, and that was sort of the fun of watching that race. If some of the regulars could pull the upset and beat the favorite. So to me, it adds a layer no matter what kind of car they're driving. Now, like I just said, Harry Gant was driving, the Mannheim car. That was not his regular Cup team fielding that car. But then, other people like Kyle Busch. It's still fun to watch people try to beat Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch is basically, I know it's his own team, but he is basically driving Gibbs equipment at the end of the day. Let's not BS about it. So it's fun to watch the younger drivers try to beat the Cup regulars or whatever. I think that adds a layer to it. But let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you like to see the Cup Series drivers come down in good equipment, or would you like to see them come down in lower equipment? Or do you want to see them not come down at all? Let me know down in the comments. And if you made it this far, feel free to subscribe. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.